YouTube? This is Khan back with a different game this time. We're going to be playing some Runeterra, and we're going to be playing a deck that I made. And before, let's take a look at the deck before we jump into some matches. This deck, so that you know, is a Ionia and Domacia deck, mainly on the Domacia. And the win condition for this deck is Fiora. We call it Shield Hero, play off of a great anime. We call it Shield Hero because basically we want to use a lot of barriers to protect Fiora. One way of getting those barriers is Shen. Shen, anytime you put a support ally, and when you say support in this game, what it means, as you can see by the graphic, is you have Shen on the left, any character or ally that's on the right will then be supported, just like in League of Legends, and in this case they will get barrier. Once Shen has given barrier or sees barrier being placed at least 4 times, that means he has to be on the field and you have to cast barrier at least 4 times or place it at least 4 times on an ally. Shen will then upgrade, level up as in this game, and he will then become support Shen. Well, he'll become a higher version of Shen where his base attack and his defense goes up, and now along with getting a barrier, now he starts pumping up our actual allies. By anytime an ally gets barrier, they get a +3 on their attack. Very, very good ability. So looking at Fiora, for those who don't know, Fiora has the ability of Challenger, which basically means that whenever she attacks, she gets to choose who blocks her. Very strong, very, very, very strong ability in this game. As long as she's killed 2 allies, she levels up to another version. And with most of the cards, anytime you level up, the main thing is you get a one to your base attack and defense. But then she gets the ability of, if I've killed 4 enemies and I survive, which is very important, you win the game. So this is our win condition. So once we've gotten her to basically level 1, level 2, however you want to look at it, we just have to kill 2 other people. So how do we do that? Well, there's a wonderful card called Single Combat, which allows any ally, any person that you have that's been played, to fight an enemy ally. So with this, you can use this to rush if you have 1 or 2, basically to end the game. So let's take a look at this game. Those are our win conditions. One other card we do have in deck is Garion. We only carry 1 of those, and Garion is our alternate win condition because Fiora seems to be very popular amongst all the people in this game. So as a secondary win condition, we do play Garion. As long as he's struck, meaning attacked, whether it was on defense or offense, as long as he's struck twice, he will level up at 6/6. He will become a 7/7. And basically, at the start of every round, ready your attack. So, what does ready your attack mean in this game? Basically, there's 2 sides. You play at the same time. So think of artifact in that sense, where if I have priority as an artifact, but in this game it's called the attack, you'll have an attack icon. I play a card, and then you get a chance to respond. And if you don't respond, and if I don't respond, then it ends the round. That's the way it is. Once you get 2 passes, it ends the round. Similar to Artifact. But in this case, where you say start the round, ready your attack, even though I'm on defense, and you may start, I get an attack, basically attack token. So even though you may attack, anytime during that round, as long as we don't give a double pass, I can also attack. So Garen allows you to be on the offense basically every round, so you don't have to wait a turn to be on offense. Very, very strong, especially with Fiora, to be able to attack and choose who you want to kill with Fiora. Very, very, very strong combo. A lot of people don't run this, but it is very, very strong. So we usually run 1 of those for late game, and then also as a backup if for whatever reason Fiora gets killed, whatever the case may be. So looking at the rest of the card, we have Green Glade Caretaker. If you're running a barrier deck, it just only makes sense. She basically gets 2 to her attack, and this is a permanent stack anytime barrier is cast. Next card we play is Inspiring Mentor. I like to use Inspiring Mentor to pump up Fiora. She's at a low cost being a 3/3. Typically 4/4 will allow her to answer most things at her level. So I like to use Inspiring Mentor to give her a 1/1. If not, I'll choose another creature. Maybe even Green Glade Caretaker. It all depends. Next we have this Bright Seal Protector. As soon as you play, you give an ally a barrier. You really want to kind of play this on your attack phase. I mean, you could play it on defense just to protect an ally so they block. But this is very, very good with Green Glade, because when you have Green Glade out on 1, and then on turn 2 you play Bright Steel. Now you have a 3/2 Bright Steel, and now you have a 3/2 Caretaker. So if they don't have any creatures, you have 6 damage basically coming at them, and it forces them to block. And if they block Green Glade and they have no other form of damage, basically she escapes free. It's a free attack. She will most likely, in most cases, kill whatever they block her with. And if they block with Bright Steel, then you still have a Green Glade that could be pumped later on. So the next thing we have is we have Key Guardian. This is not really a necessary card. I like to keep it though. Key Guardian basically gives barrier to one ally, but the important thing is it allows you to draw a card. In the case of Fiora, I will play this usually on the turn. If I get Fiora early, I'll play this on the turn just so I could play Fiora on 3 and not have to wait for Shen to play her on 5. So it's a pretty good card. We've already went over single combat. No questions there. And now we have Deny. Basically one of the strongest cards in the game. It's only in Ionia. It's the only, if you're familiar with Magic, it's the only counter spell in the game, and it's under Ionia. Basically you can stop all spells except for Burst. Like this one has Burst, that's the fastest. You could deny any spell. So basically what it means is, so when you look at spells in this game, basically it's broken down to this. A slow spell is basically, if you play Magic, it's Sorcerer, right? So you can only play this basically during your main phases. You can't play it during the attack phases. Simple. The next speed spell you have is Fast, which is pretty much instant spell. So you can play this anytime as long as you have Magic. The third is Burst, and what Burst is like Fast, you can play it at any time, but it does not go on to a chain, and it doesn't count as a turn. So the difference is, if I play a Fast spell, you have a chance to react like you typically would in a Magic game. But if I play a Burst spell, it just activates. You don't get a chance to answer it, you don't get a chance to do anything. It just goes. It doesn't count as my turn, so I don't pass my turn over to you for priority. It just happens. So bursts are of course the most powerful spells, but Deny is very good. It can't stop a burst spell, but everything else it can. So it will help you out with a lot of things. So anything that usually does direct damage, typically most of the time is Fast. So you can use that to protect Fiora. We already went over Fiora. So now let's go start looking at the bottom half of the deck. We have Lauren Protege. We've went over Challenger. Very good card. If you don't have Fiora, it'll allow you at least to clear out a lot of the weenies, or at least some of the problematic defenders for you to attack. So let's say they have somebody strong like a Tryndamere on the board, and typically, Tryndamere has to die, so he'll attack your strongest creature so he could die to power up. Protege could kind of delay that by forcing Tryndamere to block him. Next we have 3 of the Prismatic Barriers. This is a burst spell, like I said, can't be countered. It allows you to give a barrier to a creature, and of course ally rather. And using this, we could use this to pump up Fiora, pump up Shen, pump up anybody that they want to do direct damage to. We run Shadow Assassin. Elusive in this game means that it's basically like a stealth skill, so you can see them, but they can only be blocked by other allies or enemies with Elusive. So you have to have Elusive to block Elusive, unless you have Challenger. If you do have Challenger, then you could take an Elusive creature, ally, or enemy and put them in front of you to block. But the main reason we use Shadow Assassin is for her text, which allows us to draw a card when summoned. We run 2 of Laurent Blade Keepers. This is mainly when a lot of decks, some of the decks, especially when you look at Noxus and you look at my gosh, I forgot the name of the I forgot Domacia. That's it, Domacia. So when you look at Domacia, a lot of those decks have a lot of the beefy characters. Even Shadow Owls have some beefy characters. Characters that Fiora basically can't deal with, right? So at 4/4, when she's updated, you play him, she gives her basically a permanent 6/6. So that allows her to take care of a little bit of more of the beefier characters. So I play this character basically as a buff, a permanent buff to my creatures, and mainly to help Fiora in the later game. Fiora. Next we have Repulse. This is actually Fiora's ability. So the way heroes work is this: you have a hero, you level it up, right? But you can only play and have one hero at a time, correct? So if I have Fiora on the board and I draw Fiora, I can't have another copy of Fiora in my hand. Seems weird. So what happens is if I get a Fiora while I have a Fiora on the board, it will change to their champion spell. So every champion has their own spell, and Fiora's Repulse is hers. So Repulse is basically a version of her champion spell, which basically gives an ally a 3. It's only temporary 3/0, and then a barrier for that round. We already went over Shen, so let's look at the bottom and end of the deck. We have Spirit's Refuge, a very good card. It gives you barrier and lifesteal. I use this for the Teemo decks that do direct damage, or any other deck that does. Shadow Owls also has a direct damage deck, which I actually have that we'll showcase later. So I only run 2 of these. This is very high cost spell, but yeah, it's a lot of fun, and it's good for staying alive. Next we have Radiant Guardian, who can basically almost win a game by herself. Very, very good card. Basically, anytime an ally has died, when you summon her, she gets lifesteal, which means anytime she does damage, she gets that back in health to our Nexus, and she has tough. And tough means is that anybody with tough, they basically, it's like armor, they take 1 less damage. So if she blocks a 5/5, she'll survive because the 5/5 will only do 4 damage to her defense. That's the toughness will take, and block basically 1. We already went over Garen. Staying United, we only run 1 of these. These are situational cards. Sometimes if we fight another Fiora and she casts our Fiora, basically it allows us to swap allies, right? So if we have multiple allies on the field and they get blocked, but I have a free ally, maybe he's a 1/1, and they're at 5 damage, and I have a 5/5 blocking somebody, I can swap it. So now the 5/5 is free, and the 1/1 is taking the block, basically, and it gives whoever you swap barrier. So it's a pretty good card, but it's situational card to use. And then last but not least, we have, in terms of allies, we have Tiana Crown Guard. Very good card, especially on 7. So if you start off at 1, she on 7, if you get her on curve, it is beautiful. You can attack with Fiora, with Shen, get all of what you need done. Play Tiana the next turn, and then guess what? You can attack again because she has the ability to ready attack. Wonderful card, and she's a 7/7 with tough, so she reduces 1 damage. The last card is a spell card called Judgment. This is actually Garen's spell card. Basically, you have a field, which you'll see, which characters stay on, and then you get onto the battlefield. I like to call it the bench, actually. But you have a bench, which can only hold 6 characters. So at that time, so think about it, anytime you play a card, ally, or a champion, you can only have up to 6. Anything else won't allow you to create anymore. And if you have anything that generates other creatures, they will instantly die. So you can only have 6. So when you use those creatures and you attack or block, what the Judgment does is, whatever you play it on, let's say you play it on Fiora and she has 4 attack, she will then spread 4 attack across all enemies that are blocking or are attacking at that time. So she will do that damage first, and then you'll resolve your normal block attack. So very, very powerful card for clearing the board. In a few other games, it has saved me a lot, or it looked very dire, and I have one blocker, and then I put that card out, and it wipes the board, and it keeps me alive for another turn. So this is pretty much the deck. For those who want to use this deck for the time remaining for the Runeterra, down below I have a link to the deck. I'm using Mobalytics, and in that link it will also give you the create code so that you can create it. And then also let me know what you think about the deck, you know, what we need to change with it, what you like, what you don't like. You know, just let me know in the comments below. This is all very new, so we're all still trying to figure out, you know, what we like. That's interesting. It's not bad. We go first. We need a barrier for it, but that's fine. Propose is fine. We'll take it.
One with the land. Vine and wisp, steady my hand.
I think this is very interesting. I don't think this is a control deck. Usually most control decks are tilt over. But, playing Fiora is dangerous.
By my honor, you must die.
She does have a barrier, but if they have anything that allows you to destroy, they're not playing Noxus, so... Their best turn will probably not to play anything unless they want to feed Fiora. So just take the 6 damage and then play afterwards. So that way you don't feed Fiora anything. But
I am the
they
blade
play Zed,
in the
which is fine.
darkness.
So we'll play it.
En garde.
They have 3, so they could play they could replace them with a shadow and do whatever they need to do, which is fine. What are you doing? Damage? Interesting.
Back to your shadows.
Interesting. We don't have a Shen, which sucks, but we do have a counter. We do have single
Always
combat.
2 steps ahead.
Alright, so we'll pass. We'll see what they want to do.
Strike quickly, strike deftly.
And they chose not to do anything. So we have a total of 8 mana that we could play, right? 4, 6, 7. Right? But we want to be able to keep up a deny. So... Whoa.
For the honor of House Laurent. Try me.
And we'll cast this. Let's see what they do. Good match.
A tragedy.
Good, I mean, good round. We got rid of their Fiora. We'll see what their opponent does.
Do not
Set.
fear the shrouded path.
That's fine. So we're going to... they got 4. So we're going to throw out one of
These
these.
woods protect their own.
And we're going to keep up a counter, just in case. So we have a blocker for Zed. That's the main thing that we want, right? We want a blocker, so we'll end the round. Nice. So we have a total of 9. So we could kick riposte. And we get barrier this
For
round.
the honor of my house.
That's fine. So he still has 2. He has 5 damage that he could do, right? So that's fine. We could kill this guy.
Do not deny me.
So he uses 2 for
I
that,
have
right?
many things.
So what we can do... Is that a burst spell? Yeah, it was a burst spell. On guard. Interesting. So we will play this,
Counter and strike.
which gives her 6 in the shield. And we'll allow it to go.
Close to your shadows.
That's 2. She levels up.
I have no equal.
So all we have to do really is attack. But they have no minions, which is smart on their part. So what can they have, right? They can't do that. So we'll play this.
I fight for the fallen!
I'm not thinking of any other damage. They're not playing Shadow Isles, so I don't have to worry about anything. So we still have a repose. So what we could do, actually, let
There
me
will
see.
no match.
9. Oh, that's game. That is game. Even if they didn't surrender, that would have probably most likely been game. So round 1, we do have Shen.
I've brought my books. Hope that's all right. Don't worry. I've read all about this. Putting study into practice.
Yep, nothing I could do there. Could reserve the mana, but I'm just going to cast it real quickly. We're going to put
Grace, beauty,
Laurent out instead of putting her out just yet. Piltover has a lot of spells. So I'm waiting for a Heimer to come out.
Silent as death.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Harry, riposte. You are toast. You call me defiant?
We'll take care of one of these. Actually, you know what? No, we'll take that. She's elusive. We can't attack her. We'll take that.
Master.
Alright.
I thought you'd never ask.
Easy. Okay. Okay. Yes, two. So here's the problem. When he attacks, he creates a mystic shot. Right? That's a problem. We'll put Fiora
I
out.
long for a worthy opponent.
It's just shot does two, yeah. Mrs. Shot is also a fast spell, right? Yeah.
Charged.
Interesting.
I will cut you down. Try me. Elegant to the end.
I'm on it.
That's fine.
I learned that in class.
So we do Shen, we do. They have a total of 5 mana, right?
Finest blades for my...
I need
Give
only
them
one to
4/4
win.
for right now, which makes it okay.
A foray into the field?
That's
How
fine.
exciting!
They are Ionian, so we do have to watch out for counter spells. That's one down. We can't play Shen, unfortunately. We gotta keep up mana, unfortunately. That's fine. We should be good. So we'll put out Shen for next
Two
turn.
worlds, one battle.
I pity you.
Immediately.
246.
My
Go down to
right.
10. Go get another one. We'll start the turn.
So I go.
En garde.
So we'll attack.
Go progress.
They have no mana.
You're disrupting my research.
That's enough to beat Shen, but what we do have enough to do is have enough to do this.
This will be quick.
That's 2.
I have no
Levels
equal.
No! I wanted the prismic shield. Oh my gosh, what the hell?
Virtue
Oh
guides me.
my god, misplays of all epic misplays.
We'll bring peace to Ionia, whatever the cost.
That sucks. That really sucks. That really sucks. That really, really sucks. Can we turn this around after screwing up so badly? Can we?
Your place is still in the mortal world.
Allies, answer my call.
We're going to put her out now.
Fall before Domacia.
This will at least give us life. And then it'll allow us to attack next turn.
Sure, boss.
Just requires a block, so they go down to 15. After flubbing so badly.
You will be scoured from this land.
I find them unworthy.
I'm sure they have a counter. Two.
By force of will.
We can still try to Shen divide. We can still try to. Let's see, Shen needs one more ally. We can give him a shield, or try to get him a shield. Wow. They're using Fiora.
The Kinku go where they are needed.
That will level up Shen.
Our wills align.
Oh my god, I misplayed that. I totally misplayed that. Oh my god, we could have had match. Oh my gosh, the misplays. Ugh. Let's draw.
Dark beckons.
I didn't want to draw that, but I'll take it. It is lucky that we're actually in the lead of this because we've been misplaying so badly. My gosh. Oh my goodness.
All is as it should be.
You shouldn't have had to surrender. My goodness. I should have left Shen where he was, swapped the other two, and then that would have been enough to do the damage. Shen would have survived. I'm still new. I'll use that as an excuse. I'm still new. So I think this is the Heimer deck. Because usually it's Piltover and Shadow Owls with a lot of destruction. So I think this is definitely the Heimer deck. Let's see. Usually the best thing to go against the Heimer deck is Shadow Owls. Because no matter what he does, the Undying will keep coming back. So we'll see. I'm 100% sure this is the Heimer deck. There's no graveyard, right? There's no graveyard for us to see. We're going to take 4, unfortunately.
I am one with the land.
Sure. What? You don't want to attack? Okay, that's fine. Don't want to get that out of the way. That's it. I'm okay with that.
Dark beckons.
Shen, that's good. I'm gonna take a Shen. Next turn is 4.
Strength and grace, beauty in the blade.
So we take 6 damage. We'll knock it down.
I pity
If they
you.
kill him, they kill him. That's fine. They have 3 in the bank, which sucks. So we will
I will play my part.
attack.
How can I help?
That
Wow,
was a
did you
waste.
see that?
That was a waste. And the reason why that was a waste is because they already had 3. So playing that did nothing. Cool, we got Fiora.
Come closer.
At least it's fine.
I don't
But the
bite.
problem is they have 4, so at least you can only get 2 more spiders. We'll bank it. We'll bank it. We'll bank it. We'll hold on to it. They got 9 mana. They're playing Shadow Isle, so they could destroy everything. They could destroy everything. Oh man. Yeah. We'll take the block, and the reason why we'll take the block
Like my blade?
is so that they die. We get a 5-drop with armor
Virtue
and
guides
light
me.
steel, so tough and light steel. Yep, there was a kill. Draw 2 cards. Makes sense. That helps at least 2. They got another card. What do they have? They have 7. Okay, smart. Okay.
Sounds of prey excite them.
You need 3 or more, right? So that will allow her to do what she has to do. So you know what? We will keep last right now, Fiora. So that way they can't do anything else. Alright.
My true beauty
That's
is
fine.
beneath the skin.
Four, 8. We don't have enough. So what we'll do is cast this. If she dies, we'll play another Radiant Guard. Oh, no, we can't. We don't have enough. Crap. At least it's gone, which is good. But they still have 9 mana. So they can still wipe out everything. Which is fine. Undying, he can't block, which is good. Do we need Shen right now? No. And our opponent sees the writing on the wall. Which I think that was an early surrender. I think they could still fought it out. Ooh. Okay. We go second. So we play Fiora on 4. Or 3, they have nothing. We'll go with
A
that.
foray into the field? How exciting!
Sharpen the blade, secure the kill.
Can't block. Interesting. These are getting out of hand.
Never play fair.
So
Who does not know the name Laurent?
we could kill Cat.
For glory, face me!
That's
Just as I
fine.
hypothesized.
They have no mana, so what we do is so we kill Katarina. We kill this 5/1. Not a bad round. Not a bad round. So we will, we'll do this to draw a card. I think it's a little too early to play Fiora, even though we can. Who knows what they have?
Yep, I'm flying.
Ah, nice, 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 nice. Nice. We'll pass it. We'll get one in the bank. Gotta play a slow, steady game in this case. Prismatic Shield, very good. We kind of want to get one more in the bank for that.
Time for the
Draven.
main event.
So, put that in
My
there.
shield is yours.
God,
attack.
axes need victims.
So,
It's too late for you.
No closer!
actually, you know what?
You cannot escape.
Shield up!
We'll take the block. We'll try to take Draven out. We will try to take Draven out. What do they have? I really would like to keep them on.
Now we're cooking.
Makes sense. I think that was a good play on their part.
My duties. My writings.
They had what they needed to have. We're gonna bank it. So we got a prismatic shield for her.
By my honor, you must die.
Oh no, it's a ward.
Let's see, what's this say? Ah. deny that. That was probably misspelled on our part. Fortunately, this is what we gotta do.
Got your back.
Let's see what else they got. Very nice. Very nice. Very well played. I'm sure the last card is probably Jinx. Alright.
Axes coming right up.
Is this supposed to be a challenge?
I'll stop you. No closer.
Sharp blade, sharp mind.
Strike without worry.
You hoping they'll die of boredom?
Unfortunate. Unfortunate. We were one off. One off. If we got that one, it would have been good. Fiora's gonna die, but that's fine. David's gonna level up. That's fine.
These woods protect
They
their
have
own.
nothing else. We need something really good. We got 3 in the stack. That's not gonna help us.
Allies,
down.
answer my call. You are insignificant.
So we do have judgment, which may help us. Which could help us bring this back.
For the
Go for
hand!
it. Can't block, that's fine. We're gonna pass.
Watch and learn.
You chose poorly.
It's too late for you. You cannot escape.
My life for these lands.
And we'll block with that. Should wipe out their whole board. That's fine.
Now we're cooking.
Okay.
My beautiful face.
All All is as it should be.
And they surrender. Woo! Good game. Alright, so let's see what we got real quick. Let's check our rewards. Shadow Owl cards, we had that, but yeah, the harrowing. Not bad. And what else did we get? Another Elise, not bad. Awesome. So let's look at Shield Hero. So definitely not a bad deck. As you, hopefully you were able to see, aside from my misplays. Fiora, you have to be smart when you play Fiora. There's a lot of removal, and as you saw a couple of times, I took chances and I paid for those chances. But as stated before, outside of Fiora, we have plenty of cards that can help us in the late game, like Tiana. Tiana helped us in a pinch. We didn't draw a Garen, but we were able to use this Judgment, as you saw. That helped us to clear the board and allow us to win the game. The shields themselves are beautiful. They help us to keep creatures and maintain. And even though we didn't get a chance to use Deny as much because there was a lot of burst spells being used, in certain cases, Deny is still a very, very good spell. So yeah, I hope you liked the deck. If you liked the video, please give me a thumbs up. It helps out the channel immensely. And if you want to stay tuned for more card game content, which could be Mythgard, it could be Runeterra, it could be Magic. We do a lot of card games. Definitely click that subscribe button. And then also, aside from that, we will be bringing podcasts. There's so much stuff come to this channel. So yeah, definitely hit that subscribe button. Stay tuned. If you get a chance, come say hello to me when I stream various games Monday through Friday under twitch.tv/ARNGM. And until then, folks, remember, stay safe, keep gaming, peace.